48 lightning strikes just within the past 15 minutes. On 41, extending all the way into 75. So our two major roads there looking pretty wet. Watch how we do have a line of storms possibly developing there. So when you're that close to water, where we're going to have that strong of a wind coming in offshore, we do have the potential to see some water spouts. Also, when you factor in those cold temperatures below 40 degrees, a wind out of the north up to 15 to 20, then we do have a wind chill here for Southwest Florida. Some clouds late half of your Wednesday, and then the rain coming in as we go into the late second half of the evening. Looks like Mother Nature just wants to give us all the cold fronts over the weekend. So cold for today, especially compared to, yesterday we woke up to temperatures in the mid-60s, fog. It felt like a spring day. Today, definitely feeling like winter again. So
80s again today, right?
I'm excited for the warm temperatures. I'm actually not excited for the colder ones that we do have later this week. I'm looking at us like, what rain, guys?
Yeah.
What fog? If you're heading from coast to coast, driving up and down the state of Florida, it's just looking so soggy.
I thought I'd help you guys with the meteorology section.
There you go.
Yeah,
I could use the help today. We've been talking about Florence this whole time. Look, though, tropical moisture sitting over the state of Florida. So what does that mean for us? The opportunity for those heavy downpours, kind of like what we had yesterday.
Right. Brooke?
All right, well, thank you, Matt. And let's go over what watches and warnings are. Warnings a little bit more urgent. That means conditions are pretty much happening. That westerly track at 9 miles per hour, then taking that turn early Sunday morning, and then that's when it's going to be very close to home for us. Well, we are right off Sanibel and Captiva Road, and notice how high these waves are. This is the beach, so we are seeing a big influence from Michael that is sitting about 300 miles still west of us here in Southwest Florida. It could become a depression or even a low by Wednesday, but for us, we're going to be back to our normal pattern. It's going to lift and we're going to see better conditions here for Southwest Florida. Yes, it's in the Atlantic. It's a Category 3 hurricane, so making it the first major hurricane of this season, Michelle, so far. So very slow from now until 2 o'clock, but notice the gap there, a lot bigger. That means we're going to see a little bit faster movements. We take a look on the GO 16 satellite. Just a day ago, we were able to make out an eye, so not as organized right now there. It is sitting about 460 miles southwest of Tampa at the moment, so there is Michael, a Category 1 hurricane as we are watching. Still looking to make landfall between Vermilion Parish right along here and even St. Mary Parish right along here. Well, Southwest Florida, we could see a little bit of fog and haze developing once again as we go into the overnight hours. Temperatures, though, should be in the mid-60s, still warmer than what we should see for this time of the year. We're looking at temperatures that we want to see. Those should be in the 50s, but we do have 50s coming up in the 10-day forecast. Doppler radar, it's been pretty dry. We did have a few showers earlier today in Collier County and DeSoto, some inland communities, but not everyone saw the rain. All that rain still off towards the north of us, and that's in association with the front stalled out. So we are going to continue to see the lifting of this warm air from the south, and with a southeast wind later in the day for tomorrow, that's going to help us warm up once again with temperatures reaching the 80s by the afternoon. Look at the temperatures, though. We have the 60s, the 70s, the upper 70s down in the Keys. Even looking at Nashville in the 50s still, and Little Rock in the low 50s. So temperatures pretty much all throughout the southeast are not where they should be for this time of winter. Now, since we do have the dew points running fairly close to our actual temperatures, that's when we start to see a little bit of that fog basically developing. So that's why we do have the better conditions to see that, especially with the winds that will be rather light overnight. So take a look tomorrow morning. That's where we start to see a little bit of that haze and fog along Charlotte County, even into Lee. And then we could still see some foggy conditions as we go into the 9 a.m. hour, a little well after sunrise. So by 10 o'clock, look for a mostly sunny sky throughout the afternoon. No rain is really expected for us here in Southwest Florida for tomorrow. And then pretty much looking at the same story for Thursday, waking up to some hazy spots and then a little bit of dense fog for some neighborhoods. But again, we do expect to see a lot colder conditions returning. So these warm, foggy conditions that we've been seeing will not last very long. So when you wake up in the morning, mid-60s out the door, upper 60s near the coast, southeast wind, 5 miles per hour, sunrise. That's at 7:17 in the morning. Then the afternoon, looking good. If you like the 80s, we have a lot of those popping up. 86 for Golden Gate, 85 in Naples, and looking at 84 in Fort Myers. Now, earlier today, we did have a record high for Naples reaching 86 degrees, and we did not break any records for the past 2 days for Fort Myers. So again, we are not going to see much in the way of records broken again for that heat for Wednesday or Thursday, because the records set for those dates are actually closer to the 90s. But then we do get that cooler weather working its way back in. So take a look Sunday. First half of the day, we do start off dry there, but late second half, we're talking about well after the afternoon hours. That's where we start to see a few showers rolling in, a few late showers into the evening hours overnight. But then there's that cold air some of you have been wanting to see for a while. We're going to see highs only in the mid to upper 60s by next Tuesday and Wednesday.